How you doing, guys? Got a bit excited to make this video. Another great week for the People's Squad, and we're sitting in a really strong position. We do have a very limited amount of players playing in round 17, but we do have 13 trades left, so we can really utilize the four that we have available this week with the 435k remaining to get in some really good players, or use this to cash out some of our mid-range guys and really build up a bank to make sure that we are still able to get Cleary. Or we're building up some extra bank and kind of using this 400 or 300 approximately as kind of our baseline to keep there ready for Cleary to come back. But use the cash out funds available to also get some guns in for this week as well. So it's going to be really fun to do that. We only have one player that kind of stuffed us up this week, and that was Tyrone Peachey, and a little bit of an interesting one this week, obviously with the situation they have at the Titans with Mitch Rain being out. Aaron Clark, they're using him as the hooking option, and they're like, well, we need to give him a rest somehow, and Tyrone Peachey was the scapegoat for that one. It'll be interesting to see if they continue using that. They did win the game, so maybe that is a big chance that they'll continue trialing that, which causes a little bit of an issue for our squad, but it's not going to matter this week with him having the bye anyway. So we'll might have to work that out over the next few weeks. Let's review what's happening with Mitch Rain, how long we think this might happen for, and we can make that decision from there. But the squad had a really good one. We're sitting there at 1,023 for a nice rank of 1577 for the round, with overall rank of 683. So our best rank of the year with that one. We're really happy with there for the People's Squad. So go team. Brayley's still sitting up top. 46 wasn't ideal. This could be the week to move him on, but we could also wait a week and move him on for like a Benny Hunt or something like that, who's been really strong in the hooking position. But we'll work that out as we go through the team and kind of work out some of the options. But 46 there was okay. Isaiah Papali'i and Watson really carrying the squad there, 98 and 86. Tory Harris at 18, but with all the pretty much everyone in the top 1,000. We should actually have a look at that one up. Everyone in the top 1,000. We'll see if it's changed at all since he got injured. What's the percentage on him? Hey? Yeah, pretty much everyone in the top 5,000 has him. So it just depended if you had him as captain or not for that one. So not a real big worry with the 18. It's just, and with most people having him, it's like whoever has the most trades is going to be able to help their situation this next week with, even guys like Schuster and Reece Walsh probably not going to be back. Definitely Schuster. They said around 18. But Crichton was 46 for feeder with captain, 75 times 2. It was awesome. Mitch Moses and Jerome Hughes. Hughes not even his best game, and we still managed to do okay. Moses with a really strong one there. So up to 687k now, getting closer to where he's worth there, which is awesome. Averillo getting absolutely smashed. I kind of did what he could do. Peachy with 4. So a really strong back 3 as well with Nico, Tedesco, and Trbojevic. Only could have made this better if we had like an RTS over Tedesco, but really strong. And then our bench was our big one. So we brought in Payne Haas this week, which was awesome. Picked up the 84 and also brought in Verrill. So we had to play him. We decided to play him over an Olam with Verrill starting, which was turned out to be 9 points better off. But Gamble's been great for us. And then SJ bring him in the week before last. And then bring in Payne Haas is just a real hit with the scoring, which was really good. So in terms of trade out options, I think it's great. We're really set up well with that. As I said, that 13 trades. 435k remaining. If we're looking at guys we're going to move on, I think Watson's definitely worth a hold. He's just scoring more consistent than Brayley, for example, and we can use him as a hooker or we can use him as a mid, which is awesome. Brayley there. Is he someone that we think we should trade? If we look at our hooking stocks, we have someone like a Ben Hunt on the radar, which is cool. Averaging over 60, and this is even more than that of recent time, which is cool. He's probably your best option, and he covers that half position as well, which we do have some cover in, plenty of cover in with Johnson and Gamble, but we'll see what happens. If injuries come along, it might be easier if we can just move him down. Maybe, Reid Mane's playing well. Maybe Cook's killing it in the back end. McCulloch, there's so many different options there. Harry Graham, maybe he comes back and we get him at a cheaper price. There's so many options that we can move him into the half position. That could be the option there with Brayley. Someone like Tohu, even if he's out for a few weeks, I think we've got to hold steady. Just clearly the best mid option. Just been so consistent with his scoring, averaging 66 now down to 63, but with that low score. So no, not going to change any of these guys. Crichton for feed are going to be holding for the year. Moses Hughes holding. Peachy will have to wait and see what's going to happen. Hopefully Averillo continues the role he's playing, so we don't have to move him on. Cool. Peachy's the maybe, and if we really wanted to this week, we could bring in Aramean. I think would be a very solid centre option. Maybe he's an upgrade for someone like Olam. we could straight swap for Peachy if we think that his role's not going to change back. We do have the money to do an Olam. We have the money to do a Schuster to a Ramian. That could be cool. Do we want to spend a lot of money on the centres? Maybe not. In terms of our wing fullbacks, Nicho Hynes an option to trade. We got Pappenhausen coming back fairly soon. It's probably a good opportunity to trade out Nicho Hynes when he's at a really high price at 7.22. That could be a good option to trade for a wing fullback. Who will we trade in the wing fullback position? That's going to be the real question. There's not a lot that are playing this week that are going to be good for us. So obviously Garrick is a solid one. But really, the majority of them there, we have them in our squad. So, the Walsh Hynes, Teddy Trbojevic, who I've been talking about. To'os, another solid option. Who, is there a reason why he's not popping up? Is he too cheap? Where is he? Can we find him? Alright, I'm lost now. Why is To'on on the screen? Am I losing my mind? Or is this too cheap? Anyway. To'o is another option, but there's no one really playing this week apart from Garrick. I think at 7.37, that's way too expensive. So Hynes could be an option to trade out. We don't even need a wing fullback. We've got Walsh, but having some cover would be nice. Maybe we just trade him out for someone and then use someone else's cash later in the time period to get one of the top wing fullbacks like a Ponga or Pappenhausen or whoever it's going to be. Olam's a decent option to trade out. Schuster's not going to be a keeper and his lingering issues. Will he come back off the bench? How are they going to play him? Tyson Gamble the next bunch of weeks will be someone to trade out. I think we can do a cash out option for any of the super cheap guys this week in round 17. Just have another player in our squad. Our main issue is going to be how many people we've got playing. So Harris looks like he's going to be out. Crichton's going to be out also. Averillo's going to play. Awesome. And then we have Verrills, Johnson, and maybe Walsh. So we've got 3 players currently playing at the moment. I think we need to use all 4, if I'm being honest. If we want to stick with anyone, I think a lot of people are sitting with like 3, 4, 5 players, if we're being honest. And if they're not, then they probably utilize too many trades. And if they're going to score well this week, they're going to be getting down to sort of a 4, 5, 6 amount of trades. And I think that'll kill them in the back end. So thankfully for us, we'll be able to hold a bunch of trades. I think that's going to be really helpful for our squad going forward. So yeah, I suppose that's probably all on the people squad, guys. There's a few guys to cash out and move on this week. Probably 4 to 5 guys in the next few weeks, I think would be ideal to upgrade. And then we're pretty close to a gun 17. When you're sitting with guys like Carson Johnson on your bench, pretty much keepers in every other position. We've only got a few upgrades to make, and we can use the money from Schuster, Olam, Peachy if we need to. These kind of guys, and Gamble, for example, to build up to those top guns and do really well going forward. So I'm really excited for this squad. Much better than my personal squad, even though that improved this week. But yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying, and join us in the Discord group if you haven't to help us finish off this year on a bang. We've built up to a really nice rank in rounds, heading into round 17 now, just under 10 rounds to go, and hopefully we'll kill it. See you guys. Have a good one.